Roy Harper isn't the only character returning this year on Arrow. Sara Lance and Tommy Merlyn will be returning later this year under different circumstances. Hey guys, my name is Jobi-Wan Kenobi, and welcome to a channel in a galaxy far, far away. If you're finding me for the first time, I do weekly Star Wars, Marvel, and DC videos. Hit that subscribe button with notifications on to be on alert for future videos. So let's talk about Tommy first. About 2-3 hours ago, Stephen Amell tweeted a picture of a chair with Colin Donnell's name on it, saying, 21 episodes into season 6 and I still haven't shot a flashback. So this picture feels really good. Now, Stephen could be toying with us, although I will somewhat doubt it. I think he's being honest in this picture. However, it does bring up the question as to why we're flashing back to a moment in Oliver's life when Tommy is alive. It could be a flashback to a time in Oliver's life before he got on the Gambit and was stranded for 5 years, or it could be a flashback to season 1 when Tommy was still alive. I think the safest answer is that there's going to be a lesson in the flashback that somehow involves Tommy, and that lesson will be brought up to whatever situation Oliver is facing in present day. The flashbacks occasionally do that, whether it's an Oliver flashback or another character's flashback. It's a bit of a cliche, it just depends on how well the flashback storyline is executed and how it translates to the present day. I can't officially confirm that Chicago Med, the show that Colin is a series regular on, is done with production for the season. They have 20 episodes in this season, so it's possible that they have wrapped. If they have wrapped, then it's very plausible that Colin is returning, but if they haven't, I think Colin might pull a one-day shoot type of deal, like with his Prometheus scene in the crossover this year. Stephen Amell revealed that Colin flew out to Vancouver that day while still filming for Chicago Med and flew back this very same day. So it's very possible that he's doing the same thing again. However, I'm expecting his return to be slightly longer than his Prometheus return, only because it's a flashback. He will appear in episode 21, which is titled Docket Number 11-1941-73, which sounds like a case file, which means that we could be dealing with the Oliver Green Arrow case still, but who knows. I don't know if the title is referring to Tommy. I highly doubt it, but it is something to consider when theorizing why Tommy is returning in flashback form. The other tidbit of news that broke earlier this morning is that Sara Lance is returning in the finale. Caity Lotz has wrapped production for Legends of Tomorrow Season 3, but even if they hadn't, it'd be a lot easier to do a crossover considering that they film in the same city and it's under the same network. There's no context as to what she's doing in Star City, or if she's returning in the present day, or if it's just another flashback. I think we'd want a present day scene only because we haven't seen her interact with Team Arrow outside of the crossovers since Season 2 and the first episode of Season 3. So I think she's returning in present day. It's just her, and I'm expecting her to interact with Earth 2 Laurel and Dinah. Obviously, she's going to interact with Oliver and her father, but for the interactions that would be more fun would be Earth 2 Laurel and Dinah, but mostly Earth 2 Laurel. And I don't know if she knows that there is an Earth 2 Laurel hanging around in Star City. I highly doubt it, but I can't wait to see what they bring to the table because that's a whole other interaction. They're basically somewhat of the same character, only that Sara is a much darker character than Earth 2 Laurel. You also have to consider what's going to happen to her in the finale of Legends because that might also be the reason for her return. So, food for thought. So a new episode of Arrow is airing or has already aired depending on when I drop this video, so be on the lookout for my episode 16 review later this week or next week. May or may not be Thea's last episode, although I think it is her last episode. Nyssa and the League of Assassins have returned. It should be an entertaining episode. But what do you guys think? Are you excited for Sara and Tommy's return? And what are your theories for the return? Leave your thoughts down in the comments below and be sure to subscribe for more Arrowverse news. Give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, and other than that, my name is Jobi-Wan Kenobi. May the Force be with you, and have a marvelous day from the LA to the DC.